Hi, this is Subramaniam Shankaran. Learn CISSP the Subbu way. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the CISSP and cybersecurity and a lot of other more things in a very simple way. Now, these are the evidences that are listed for the CISSP: real evidence, direct evidence, CSI evidence, circumstantial, and corroborative evidence. Now, what is a real evidence in a cyber crime scene? Okay, the tangible and intangible evidences which are directly related to the incident. Okay, is actually called as a real evidence. If let's say there is a laptop that has been missing from a particular organization, and I find a USB drive belonging to a person or ID card belonging to a person, okay, so which was actually otherwise not available. Okay, the hacker, okay, or the thief has left behind something by mistake. Okay, this is actually called as a real evidence. Now, what is the direct evidence? In fact, for the real evidences, the USBs, okay, ID card, I told you, okay, the USB storage devices, etc., and the let's say the footage of not the CCTV. CCTV footage becomes a direct evidence, but the logs, okay, from the firewall IDPS devices, they all become the real evidence. So direct evidence, the CCTV footage becomes a direct evidence. Okay, so in fact, if somebody has seen a thief taking the laptop, okay, that becomes a direct evidence. So CCTV footage camera, CCTV footage, okay, with the person stealing the laptop, okay. So this all becomes and the direct evidences. Now, what is the hearsay evidence? Hearsay evidence is something that has not happened in the crime scene. For example, if the hacker has mailed the organization saying that, okay, so it is me who created the ransomware attack in your organization. You have to pay me this much amount of money, and which cannot be brought into the court. Okay, since the statement which is outside the court of law, okay, is actually called as a hearsay evidence. Hearsay evidence also contributes the evidence where I have listened to somebody saying that, okay, he needs to buy a laptop, okay, and there's a laptop that is actually missing. So I can say that I heard him say that he wants a laptop, but I'm not sure whether he has committed this crime. Okay, now let me tell you something. The actual difference between a cyber crime and normal crime. Okay, now if the person has taken an IT equipment, okay, or anything related to the IT, that becomes cyber crime. Like he has come to the office and he has not taken the laptop, okay, but he has taken critical files and he has escaped. That doesn't come under the cyber crime. There's nothing called the cyber here. It's a physical crime. Okay, so the activity is same, okay, but the only difference is what is being stolen. Now it's a very minute difference between a privacy incident and security incident. Okay, now there's a vulnerability in the IT infrastructure that has been exploited by the hacker to look into the intellectual property right becomes a security incident. Okay, but if you look at the personally identified information, otherwise called the personal data, that actually becomes an privacy incident. So physical crime and the cyber crime, okay, the minute differences, the activity could be the same. But if the thief has stolen the laptop, then becomes he's booked into a lot of sections, but also into the cyber crime. But if he has taken an, let's say, a physical file, okay, paper-based file, so that doesn't fall under he will not be booked under the cyber crime. Now, the hearsay evidence is where I have it is like there are statements that are made outside the court of law, okay, and then I'm producing it. The classic example is the email saying that, okay, I'm responsible for this particular cyber attack. Okay, that's hearsay evidence. What is the circumstantial evidence? Now, circumstantial, I'll give you a classic example. Supposedly, the laptop has been stolen over the weekend. Okay, so Friday you left the office, or let's say Thursday you left the office. You come the beginning of the business day, you find the laptop is missing. And if I look at the logs, okay, I see that there are 10 people who have come to the office over the weekend. The circumstances prove that one of these 10 guys, okay, could be the thief, okay, who has taken the laptop. It might or might not be true. Okay, we need to establish the actual person culprit based on the corroborative evidences. I will tell you what the corroborative evidence actually is. So in corroborative evidences, we need to further dig down, okay, into let's say there is an hearsay and circumstantial evidences. How can I actually prove it? Okay, let's say there's an IP address from which the attack has actually happened, and IP address is for the system. It's actually not for the individual. So upon further investigating the issue, speaking to a lot of people, okay, let's CCTV footage camera, the security guys, okay, I'll get to know who has been sitting on that computer to work. Okay, so there's a corroborative evidence where you collect the evidence from various sources and given weightage to your statement. So real evidence is the tangible operation, tangible items, okay, in the crime scene, or the logs from the firewall, IDPS devices, CASB, etc. Direct evidence is the CCTV footage, or somebody has seen a guy taking the thief taking the laptop. That becomes the real evidence. So hearsay, okay, is like, and witness saying, giving a testimony, saying that I heard him say he wants a laptop. I heard him say he's going to run away with the laptop. Okay, there's a hearsay evidences. Okay, or it's like an email message saying that I'm responsible for the cyber attack. That's also a hearsay evidence. In circumstantial evidence, there is no direct proof that the culprit is actually involved. Okay, or whom you are trying to accuse is involved in the cyber crime, but the circumstances prove that he might be the culprit, okay? But we need to support that with the corroborative evidences. Now, what is the corroborative evidence? Speaking to the various sources, okay? In fact, the police interrogation, everything is a corroborative evidence. To collect as much as information as possible to support your circumstantial evidence or hearsay evidence, okay? So these are the 5 types of evidences that you should have a clarity when you go for the CISSP examination. Stay subscribed, stay connected for more videos on CISSP